Gail Lubbock, owner-director of Escala Shoes. Thanks for joining us on Channel Vision today.
You're most welcome. Lovely to be here.
Thank you. Now, first of all, can you tell us a little bit about Escala Shoes? How did it all start? Where did the passion come from?
Well, I think the passion was in the person who started it 27 years ago. It was actually then known as LF. And Leonie Ferber opened the store in the Marnock village, owned it for several years, sold it on, and that owner then had it for a couple of years, and then Rosie Sawyer bought it and renamed it Escala. Rosie then owned it for 9 years, and her life was changing, rearranging, and I'd worked a lot at that point in management, retail management, fashion management, worked with her a little bit as well. And she suggested that it might be a great thing if I owned her store. And the rest is history, as they say. Exactly. So when we added it up just recently, Escala as an entity is 27 years old.
Now, it's not just shoes that you stock, you also do accessories, handbags, all sorts of things. Tell us a little about that. And I believe you have a local mill in it.
We do, yes. Our accessories grew, I think, as something that I felt was a natural adjunct to shoes. Bags and shoes tend to be synonymous one with the other. And I fell in love with a Spanish brand called Lupo. And we were very lucky to procure that brand. It's quite unique, both in Spain and around the world. We are one of the few stockists in Australia of Lupo. It's a wonderful Spanish brand. And coupled with that too, I met a wonderful woman called Liz Pamias, who was the export manager for Punto Tray, which is also a Spanish brand. Beautiful quality. They only do bags, belts, wallets. That's what they do, and they do it beautifully. And so we've gradually built up with those two particular factories a lovely range which we bring each season to our clients. The belts have been wonderful. There's not too many stockists of really lovely belts, so that's been lovely. Bags also sometimes come with various selections that I do from some other suppliers, usually because they match shoes, which sometimes is something that women want, not always.
Now, obviously in retail, customers are the ultimate in importance. What are some of the services that you provide that perhaps are unique or, can be assigned to Escala?
Well, I think that client service has always been something that I've always loved. I mean, I think I grew up in times when service in department stores and small stores was paramount. Working with people who know their product, knowing what you do, being able to service in that way, knowing that what you have we can fit, that sort of thing is really, really important. And I think that probably is our most important factor, that the staff and I know our product. We know our clients. We have a lot of wonderful clients locally and also from interstate. But I also think that our business is something that gives women a lot of pleasure. We do have beautiful product. Women love to come in, even if they're just browsing. I think the finesse and the finish and the products that we have are lovely to look at too. And whilst I say, well, it's not really a museum, we love you to put them on your feet and wear them out. It's just lovely to provide something that women particularly, feel very happy and comfortable in browsing through. But I think our strength is that we really want to improve and enhance the foot life of our clients.
Well, with us men, we're all closet stiletto wearers anyway, so...
Oh yeah, well, we've had a few of those over the years. Not many, but a few, yes.
What are some of the main challenges you face running a business in this particular industry?
Well, I think that most people in retail would say over the last decade we've been very much assailed by cheaper product that's come out of Asia. And that is something that we have had to look very closely at. But I always feel that quality wins out over a lot of things, and so we persist in doing that. I think of internet selling, people really being happy to buy over the internet. that's a challenge for us too, and we are looking at that. But I do think that we still work in an environment where women really want to have the experience. They really want to feel the product. And with shoes it is difficult. They need to be fitted properly. And whilst, yes, you can probably do things on the internet quite cheaply and not so cheaply sometimes, there's always that concern, you know, well, is it going to fit? And if it doesn't fit, you know, I've got to send it back and, you know, da-di-da-di-da. So, yeah. So they are the challenges. I think also the straitened times that we now find ourselves into means that we have to think about how we're structuring our business. I've been exceedingly fortunate, Steve, over the years to have fabulous staff, women who have loved what we do, and principally that's what it's all about. The minute we stop having fun and stop loving it, it's time to really start looking long and hard about where we're travelling with it. And so I just think that whilst ever we're doing that, I mean, the staff are fantastic. I couldn't do what I do if I didn't have staff such as that I have. I'm able to go away. I can go away with complete, you know, confidence, knowing that everything here is just going to be fine while I'm gone, and it is. So, you know, I count myself very fortunate. They have a great deal of responsibility, and they rise to the occasion beautifully. So.
How about a little bit of advice? What advice would you have for other women, young, whatever, looking at starting up their own business, regardless of what industry? What sort of advice would you have for women?
I think you have to clearly look very closely at the market niche of where you want to be. It's very important to do as much research as you can so that you have a full understanding of who your client is, where you want to be, what sort of things you want to keep, how you want to do that. And it's tough out there in industry these days. So it's not something that you can just say, well, I've got a bundle of money and I think I'll open a shop. It's not that simple. You really do have to understand what it is that you're doing. But that said, I think that if you've got passion and excitement and enthusiasm for the product that it is that you're wanting to sell, regardless of what that product is, then I think you're certainly a long way down the track to making that a success.
Now, if people want to find out more information about Escala or contact you, what's the best way for people?
Well, certainly with our store. Our phone number there is 6232 7666. We will have a new website up and running in the next 3 or 4 months. That will be escalashoes.com.au. And certainly, I'm available if anybody would like to chat. Always via the store. I can always be contacted.
That's great. And finally, the divine is in the detail.
Well, that was a byline that came when we started to look, when we were first moving into this location, and we really needed to probably change a bit of the profile and to look at what we were doing. And a few of us via Swell Design actually got involved and threw some words around and said, well, what's really important? Well, it's the detail. It's getting that little extra thing right. And so, of course, the old adage is the devil is in the detail, but we decided, well, no, actually the divine was in the detail. The actual end product was the thing that was divine, and to be able to do that was really important for us. The detail of a woman's outfit is the thing that makes that outfit fabulous. The set of a hat, the right shoe, the way it all works together, that's the detail, and getting that right is one of our great pleasures for our clients, sort of helping them to just get that detail right.
Gail, it's been divine talking to you. Keep smiling. Catch you again soon.
Thanks, Stephen, very much for having me.